Today, I'm headed to one of the biggest reptile expos in the country, the LA Reptile Super Show in Pomona, and I'm bringing the Green Room Python's Employee of the Month with me. I don't want to go to some reptile-infested fairgrounds building. Kent, in the entire history of Green Room Pythons, you've never made Employee of the Month. Oh, you're taking Lucy, thank God. I'm bringing Lucy with me, and we have a whole new Reptile Show Bingo card to try to black out. Wait a second, she doesn't even work here every month. You know what, we'll just be at the show right on the other side of this logo. We're at the Reptile Show, we just walked in. We're an hour early because we got on the VIP list because Lucy's fancy. Hey Ramy, how are you?
Good, how you doing? Welcome. I'm so glad you guys came. Thank you.
Ramy here is I want to say you're the owner of the Reptile Show, but
I just work for him. I'm the promoter, but I am the owner. Okay,
the promoter owner of the Reptile Super Show.
Honored you're here. Have a great time today.
Thanks, brother.
Don't buy too much. Don't buy too much.
You know what? Here's the thing.
What are you getting today? Don't let me know that.
I always say that I'm not going to get anything.
Of course.
But some of my supporters laugh at me because I often come home with the snake when I promise that I'm not going to get anything.
Smart man. Enjoy.
Thanks,
Have a great
Ramy.
time.
All right.
Thank you.
So Lucy and I just took a quick loop. Without looking at much specifically, we were just seeing the layout of the place. As I suspected, this would be pretty huge. Last time Lucy and I did Reptile Show Bingo, we didn't come close to blacking anything out because it was a very small show. It was still fun, but it was tiny. This time, I think we might be able to black out the board. So we're going to make a plan, not on camera, it'll take too long. We're gonna figure out a plan really quick, and then we're gonna start this thing. Lucy, I just asked you, what do you know about this animal right here?
Yeah.
And what was your response?
I know absolutely nothing.
You don't know anything about this animal?
I know nothing about
it.
it.
I literally taught you a major safety tip.
Well, they're cute, but didn't you say that they were like, they are venomous?
They're venomous, there you go. Well done, good work, good work. I'm here with Richard at the Tarantula Collective. Many of you recognize him because a lot of you love spiders. As you may know, I am less comfortable with spiders than pretty much anything else on Earth. But I like to learn about them. So I was, here, I'm gonna flip this around.
All right.
So, Richard, I was asking you about this. These are little...
Spiderling enclosures?
Spiderling enclosures, that's what we call them.
Yeah.
How long, if I bought a spiderling, how long would the spider be able to live in something like this?
New World terrestrial spider, like in a faunopelmo, you're looking at maybe 4 to 5 years.
Oh my gosh.
How they grow, because they're really slow growers.
Wow.
So they could be in there for a while. But then there's some like dwarf species or other tarantulas that don't live very long. If their lifespan's only 10 to 12 years, then you're only going to get maybe a year or two out of that.
Wow. So a setup for a tarantula, for somebody buying a tarantula, is nothing really.
It's pretty simple, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, you just need dirt and an enclosure and a water dish and a hide. They don't need extra light or any kind of fancy heating or anything like that.
When you say 4 to 5 years before they grow out of that, how long would that, and I'm sure it's different species, but for an example, how long would that spider live and how big would it eventually get?
Like a female faunopelma, they're probably going to live 20 to 30 years.
Oh my gosh.
And she'll get about as big as your hand, maybe about 5-6 inch leg span.
Whoa.
But it's very slow. They'll maybe only molt once a year.
How long would it take to get that big?
To get full grown?
Yeah.
Probably about 15 years.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Thanks for the spider info.
Yeah, it was good to meet you.
Yeah.
Great beard.
Oh, thanks. You too. Lucy, we just found something that we can cross off of our list. Will you read on our list what it says?
Whole stack of Lucy's Nightmare, the Vinegaroon.
A whole stack of Lucy's Nightmare, the Vinegaroon. And here's the stack. Where is it? Right here?
Right there.
A stack of Vinegaroons. Lucy does not like that animal.
I do not like them. They freak me out.
But we're going to buy one for her. We found something else that we can cross off the list. The happiest gecko.
Aww.
Happy little leopard gecko. This is a captive-born northern emerald tree boa. Now there are some wild-caught northerns here, probably. I haven't seen them yet, but there usually are. And rather than highlighting those, I like to highlight somebody who's breeding northern emerald tree boas, and this is why you don't need to buy one that is wild caught. This is Andre with Avian Behavior International. You're breeding all kinds of stuff, right?
Yes.
Ball pythons and...
Yes, I have a bunch of stuff.
And it sounds like birds too, maybe?
We don't breed the birds, they're all for
okay.
education.
I love that you're breeding these northerns. And so you guys look at this. These northerns come out in different colors. You've got yellow and orange. The thought has been that, you know, these snakes are going to be a little bit lower in the bush and they might match with flowers that are in the bush. But there's a new thought on this also, and that is that certain predators don't see certain colors. So a really great example of this is the gazelle. I don't know if it's a gazelle, but whatever the main prey of, it's like an antelope type creature that tigers take down, they can't see orange. So a tiger is completely hidden from those animals. Same thing though with these, possibly, is that some of the predators are not able to see orange, they're not able to see yellow. So that may be the case. It's not a proven thing, it's just theories. Pretty cool snake though. Lucie and I walked in the doors at about 9 a.m., maybe 9:07, let's say. And it's now 11:07, and we're not even done with our first loop around the perimeter. We haven't even been in the middle of this place. It's a big reptile show. This is a yellowtail crebo, which I love, and this is one of the species I'm going to be looking for when I'm in Suriname for a couple weeks. It's one of the goals for this trip is to try to find a yellowtail. Look at this little anaconda, you guys. It makes me want to have an anaconda. The problem is I would have to get rid of all the pythons and all the enclosures to make room for how big this snake will be in about 15 years. Like, they grow really slowly. I'd be good to go for a number of years before I would have to do that, but...
How cute.
They're so cool. I bring Lucie to these reptile shows because, you know, she takes care of my snakes when I'm gone more than 4 or 5 days at a time. She comes in and takes care of the animals. She's my only one. I don't want to lose her. She's 15. She might lose interest in reptiles. She hasn't shown that so far, but she might. So I want to keep her interest up. And admittedly, when you're 15 years old and you take care of a room full of pythons, that's pretty rock star. But you know what else is rock star? Literally being a rock star. Lucie, I have a question for you. Do you think in the history of the universe there's ever been another singer who has jumped into a mosh pit while singing a Depeche Mode cover?
I don't think so.
You're the only one.
I think I'm the only one.
You know what? I have footage of that. Let's just take a little side quest and just look at that little clip. She's pretty great, and I'm really proud of her. Ominous Duck is the name of the band, and there's stuff is in the description of the video. Hey guys, Future Bob here. I want to say something really important that I forgot to say at the Reptile Show, and we'll do that while we scroll the Horde of Keepers over on Patreon. The really important thing is that when I get home from a reptile show, the first thing I do is take a shower and throw my clothes into the wash. I don't go near my snakes until I've done that. And the reason is that you can very easily pick up mites at a reptile show. You can pick up pathogens like respiratory infection, stuff that won't affect you as a human, but will affect your snakes. And this happens a lot at pet stores and at reptile shows. You know, most vendors that bring their animals to shows have clean animals. It's not a problem. But occasionally there will be people that didn't know that they had a respiratory infection in their animal, or they didn't know they had mites. And then unfortunately there will be, on very rare occasions, the vendors that just go, let me just wipe these mites off my snake before I bring it to the show. And and because there's so many vendors, there's probably going to be mites or some sort of pathogen around somewhere. Even if you're not handling animals, you're shaking people's hands, you're giving people hugs, they've handled animals, you just don't know. So make sure that you're doing that. And then also, I'm seeing people still bringing their reptiles to shows, and I know those are usually new people and they don't know any better, but that's a great way to make your animal sick, is to bring them to a show, because that really it puts them in contact with potential pathogens and things. So, you know, if you have a reptile that you want to show, invite your friends over. Don't bring it to a reptile show, because that's not what we mean by reptile show. Also, oh, here first. Also, thanks to the channel sponsors, Black Box Cages, Lane Labs, and Gray Family Snakes. And then the other thing I just thought of is, you know, I realize that we're not really playing bingo here. What we're doing is a scavenger hunt. And I also know that you don't say bingo every time you mark off a thing. I just like the word bingo. So if I offended any, I guess, old people, I apologize. That was probably even more offensive. So I'm going to apologize for what I just said. And let's get back to the reptile show. Lucy, once again, this lizard is a lizard that you want to have?
It's so cute.
Is there any problem with keeping that particular species of lizard?
It's too cute. Oh wait, no. Oh, those are the evil ones.
Well, they're not evil.
They're venomous.
But they are...
They're venomous.
They're venomous, yes. For the second time today and the third time in your life, you've wanted to keep a Mexican beaded lizard. Last show that Lucy and I did, Reptile Bingo, I had a measuring device, and I measured Steve's beard. This is Steve with tiny boas, and he had a beard longer than mine. He might still, I don't know. Mine is grown, yours is probably grown. We've probably trimmed a couple times. I don't know, I didn't bring a measuring thing. But we're saying that Steve has a longer beard than mine. We can cross that off the list. For some reason, it's worse than a tarantula for me. It's worse because it's skinnier. I don't know why, but it's terrible, and I don't want it to be in the same room as me.
I count as a bingo.
You count it to bingo?
Yes.
You're definitely a bingo.
Let's go.
Yeah. I love everything. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. What's your name? Carlos. Carlos. So nice to meet you. So that's one of our bingos. How much does your Nile monitor weigh?
About 45.
45 pounds. Guess what? That's over 25 pounds. That's a bingo also. You have new snakes that you just bought, right? What did you get? What do you have here?
It's a ball python. I have no clue what kind.
You don't know what the morph is? It's really beautiful. What about yours? Do you know what your morph is? So this one is a pied.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, do you have names already? You already named them?
Oh yeah, Jafar and Medusa.
Jafar and Medusa. I love it. Kid with a new snake. We got 2 kids with a new snake. So what's your name? Elaine. And you just got this new lizard. Fantastic. Here's my favorite thing to do. I used to have a chameleon years ago. My favorite thing to do is hold a cricket as far away as I can and let them snatch it with their tongue. It's the best thing to do. Not as far away as you can, not on the other side of the room, but you know, like that. Yeah, cool. Congratulations, you guys. That's awesome.
One more one. Dun, 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 dun. All right,
you do that song every time you walk up to a table. It's got to be really annoying for people.
I don't care. It's my theme song.
All right.
Mr. Bob Bledsoe from Green Room Pythons, what funkiness have you got there?
Dave, I have a leaf-tailed gecko here. This is a new species, though, that was just described this year. I want to cover something really quick. I'm at the Sandbar Pet Shop booth, and they have a whole bunch of normals. These are all either het for pied or het for clown, but aside from their het influence, they are normal. And a lot of people get a normal ball python and they think it's something else because it's got a different pattern showing. So look at this pattern right here. That's a normal ball python. Now look at this. Here's a pattern. Now this one definitely is het influence because it's kind of crazy, but still normal ball python, aside from the head. Let's look at this one right here. Or two of them. Hang on, I'm bringing two out right now. Both of them very different. Now these have alien heads, but they're still very different snakes, normal ball pythons. So, as I've talked about a lot, there's no normal gene. It's not like a gene that makes it normal. There's hundreds, thousands of genes that make snakes look like this, and that's why they're so polymorphic. They all look different. On the bingo card is to find two species of Antaresia, and this is one of them. This is a spotted python. This snake is about 1.5 years old. It's I wanted to say half grown, but I guess it's probably less than half grown. It'll be about 4 feet max. They're tiny snakes. So that's one. We can't cross it off until we find a children's python or a Stimson's python or a pygmy python, which we probably won't find, but man, that'd be cool if we did. The Reptile Empress booth, and this is Lyra, the mainland reticulated python. And the reason I wanted to show her to you, other than she's just beautiful and delightful, is that she is the same age as Echo and Stella, my superdwarf reticulated pythons. And if you don't know those snakes, go watch my other videos and you'll see the size of those snakes. They're way smaller. This is the difference between a mainland retic and a high percentage superdwarf retic. I'm a big fan of black dragons. I love a black water monitor, but John has some albino water monitors here. And how beautiful is this? Look at the yellows in this animal. Here's what happened. I walked by, I saw this thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to hold it. So I made up an excuse, and I told John that I was going to do a segment with the albino water monitor. And look at this animal wants to come home with me, for sure. John, how much?
$9,500. Today's special. Today's special,
$9,500. So I'm starting a GoFundMe.
So this one's a probable girl, showing signs of a girl, hope it's a girl, wound up with quite a few males.
So cool.
But I think she wants to come home with you.
She definitely wants to come home with me, which means we can mark something off the bingo card.
It's my new friend. I think she wants to come home with me too, but I also don't have $9,500. Oh.
Here's the second Antaresia species that we were looking for. This is a children's python, and it's a baby. This is another one that's going to get about 4 feet probably. Such cool little pythons. Smallest family of pythons in the world. So cute.
Hi, Bob.
I just want to say one thing, Dave.
Yes, sir.
There was somebody that came up to me and showed me all the pictures that she had taken with YouTubers.
Yeah.
If you see her and she says that I commented, "Look at Dave's dumb smile," it's not true. It is absolutely not true. I did not say that. So
I will have you know that my smile is my 15th best feature.
Oh, okay.
So I will thank you not to make fun.
Well, again, I would never say it. I would never say that. Guys, this is Josh with Marquee Reptiles, and this is, he's the only one with lavender albino Euromastics. And Dave Kaufman's already done part of his video about it, so just watch his channel on it. But there you go. Here's a $20,000 animal if you want one. One of the boxes here is brand new ball python morph that nobody else has, but you know what? I'm gonna cheat this one. Those Euromastics are super impressive. I'm calling that the brand new morph. We're crossing it off. Forget that it's not a ball python. Captive hatch born red tail boa. See how calm and nice this is? By captive hatched born. It's so much better. Also, now I can cross that off my bingo card. I'm just free handling venomous. That's what this YouTube channel is all about. Free handling venomous snakes. This is a rear-fanged venomous snake, but not really medically significant if you were to bite me. It's a mangrove snake, and I absolutely love them.
I can't wait to tell my mom about this.
You can't wait to tell your mom that your mom's gonna see it in the video.
Oh yeah.
Because she'll watch this video. Tara, you saved the day because I didn't think I was going to be able to cross off somebody with a Green Room Pythons t-shirt. And yet here you are.
Is that what this is?
It's a Green Room Pythons t-shirt.
What am I wearing?
That's what that is. You got that because I mailed it to you because you're a member of the Horde of Keepers on a level that...
I am! I won!
Yes, you're on a level that gets a free Green Room Pythons t-shirt. Thanks.
Awesome.
Thanks for wearing it.
Absolutely.
We didn't get a blackout.
We did not.
It's an elusive blackout. One of these days, we're gonna be able to black out the card. What was your favorite animal that you saw?
Probably the blonde tarantula that I got to hold because I've always wanted to handle a tarantula, and that one was especially beautiful.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm not a spider guy, but that was cool. What about? So that was your favorite invert.
Oh.
What was your favorite animal?
You know who I really liked? I liked the beaded Mexican monitor. Is that what it's called?
Mexican beaded lizard.
Mexican beaded lizard.
I know you like those.
I knew that.
Because every time you see them, you say you want one, and you forget that they're venomous.
Danger.
It doesn't mean you couldn't have one at some point, but
It means I couldn't cuddle it. And
Well.
that's what I want to do
yeah.
if I have a creature. What's your favorite animal?
My favorite might have been that I like the ones that I interact with. If I can hold the animal.
Right.
I loved holding Megan's baby anaconda, but also the albino monitor is just cool. I like a monitor that just crawls up on you and crawls around.
Yeah.
He just goes wherever he wants.
Crazy.
All right, that was a fun show.
That was a really fun show.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing me.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for coming with me. Thanks for watching, you guys. See you next week.